Controversial Eric Levin.
Howdy.
Petite Tom.
Is he controversial?
Yes, yes, he's in the news.
He's mixing it up.
He himself is not controversial, but there's been a lot of talk that Criminal Records, a legendary music store, it's been around since the 1918, I think they first opened.
Yeah.
Am I correct? in that?
First
World War.
They started as a candy store, and then somebody had the idea of bringing in records, and it grew up from there, right?
My great-grandfather used to shop at your place and tell me how nice it was.
Steve's grandfather would buy those wax cylinders.
Yes.
And play things such as O Solo Mio.
Anything Edison put out.
I bust you on the back porch by Guy.
I wish I could see her leg.
Guy Strachey and his orchestra. Yeah, I wish I could. Show me some ankle baby. All these were sold at Criminal Records. And Eric Levin. So tell me what's happening. Last week we heard the news that you were thinking of closing the store.
Yeah, well, thinking, working, it's on. We've got till November 1st, and
so you're really saying we could save the store still, we the people.
Yeah, and it's happening. We from the first report on Levin Alive with Doug Richards, it took off.
People responded.
Yeah.
How have people responded to this event?
They created a Save Criminal Records Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know it till about 6 that evening.
Well, that's going to do it. That's it. That's all you have to
We're
do.
good.
Hey, look, the whole Egyptian
you're done.
thing. The old Egyptian thing started on the Facebook. So this is the place where revolutions get started. Certainly, we can save a record store through it.
It's just history.
What brought you, besides the usual economic factors, what particularly brought you to the brink of extinction here?
I'm really bad at business.
Yeah, well, okay. That's a good reason.
Did you expand too quickly or something, or at a time when you shouldn't, or something like that, or?
Yeah, we in 2005 I bought Aurora Coffee, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, and I didn't want to see it go out of business. It was right next to Criminal Records, and I thought I loved it, and we bought it, and I bought it like you buy a house. You know, I'm holding it for the bank, and then the 6,000 square foot store that we're in now opened up for Criminal, so we moved over there, and then the economy tanked.
Yeah. Right. So it's interesting. I saw you in the news reports, kind of blaming yourself for bad business decisions. That's unusual because most people would say, well, the economy, and plus you're in a business that's very niche. Selling records is just offline.
Well, you just expanded at the wrong time. Is really the only mistake it sounds to me like you made, but you had no way of knowing.
None of us had any way of knowing. We would have maybe saved some money.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you're beating yourself up. But I would say in your defense, it's like there's little margin for error in that business in the best of times.
Well, and that's the story of what happened. Starting with that freeze, we were shut down for 4 days.
Yeah.
And it just kind of rolled downhill from there. Fewer sales, bigger bills. I mean, it just economics.
But had you not made that move, would you still be flush?
That's tough, you know. Maybe it would have been even worse in the smaller location. I mean, the new big location has been really fun.
Right. And you can do more over there. I know you went over there because you can have bands there more often. You can do more things, become more of a kind of a happening spot type of deal. But you know,
it was the dream store. It was everything that we'd been building towards for 20 years. And we got there, and
became a nightmare.
It'll remain to be seen if we'll stay there.
Now, one of those things is it been like for? Because it seems to me like when I saw it, I didn't see the report on television. I saw the HAC story. And it seemed to me like you probably came to a decision that maybe you should have come to 6 months ago. Like and this is your baby, right? I mean, you don't want to let go, and then you wake up one day, you look in the mirror, and you go, you know what? Reality is really starting to take over here.
You know, this is it hit me when I saw it was like 2 a.m. There was a Bank of America commercial came on, and I had like acid reflux. I thought, I've got to make a decision. And August was our 20th year, and I gave myself to August to,
be able to turn it around, see some difference.
Invite other people to share my misery, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, that's part of marketing is telling people what's going on and doing this. How have people responded? And like, in what ways are they trying to save Criminal Records from going under?
It's really been stunning. Just starting with the Save Criminal Facebook page, but immediately Manchester Orchestra reached out. I know this was has been in some of the reports, but they're giving us a full in-store recording just to not give away but trade for donations.
And have you been getting money?
It's coming.
Or has it been donations or sales? What is
the sales since Tuesday have just been? If it had been like that, everything's fine.
Right. People think you're going out of business.
There are a lot of local musicians, a lot of local bands. I mean, are you getting a lot of it, or is it just Manchester Orchestra?
Manchester kicked it off, and then immediately on Tuesday, Bradford from Deer Hunter and Cole and the Black Lips came in. The boys from Mastodon were in. They've got a September 27th Street date. They're going to come down the store and sign autographs. They're talking about a T-shirt. So many bands.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of people here that can do something for. Now, is there a magic number that you can reach and you just know you can stay open for another year or two or something like that, or is it month to month at this point?
You should call it month-to-month records, or
That'd be cool.
verge of bankruptcy records.
Temporarily still going out.
Did
of
you name
business.
it Criminal? Yeah, temporarily still going out of business. Did you name Criminal Records? Who was the original namer?
Well, I've told this story a lot, but it was actually a journalist, a newscaster, who named it Criminal Records. When in '89 I had the store in Florida. It was just a baby little record store called Secret Service, and I was arrested by the Secret Service after about 3 months of business.
You were?
Yeah, it was a federal offense, and
to use that name.
Yeah.
Wow.
God.
Who knows that law?
What are you in for? Name him up,
Who
please.
knows that law? I don't.
Nobody did. I mean, I registered with the state, the city.
And they all said yes.
Well, because nobody knew. It actually took a law class, researched it after the story broke to figure out what exactly I had done.
Did you do jail time?
No, I was released on my own recognizance.
Well, you should, sir. You're a bad man. I'm just going to let you know.
How dare you?
That's on record, for sure. It was a newscaster, actually, and he said that night, well, what's he going to call it now? Criminal Records. And it was too easy, and I still have no idea why I called it Secret Service, but it was...
well, that was a good move.
You wanted to break the law, obviously. You're a rebel.
Actually, really... I felt bad for the Secret Service guys. There was actually one guy in a black and white suit and one guy in a Hawaiian shirt and khakis, and they were like frickin' frack, man. That was their job that day. They had to go bust a in the record.
Undercover.
I think their point of view, it's like, it's going to be an easy one today. It's almost like having a day off.
Yeah. Husband's holiday.
For people who've never been in your place, what's the niche? I mean, it's old school. You can get vinyl in there. Now, are you selling record players in there? Can people actually buy them for those that want to have that, old school thing going on in their house?
Yeah, I'm actually the turntable guy. I'm the buyer, and I hide upstairs a lot behind my computer, but they'll call me down when somebody's looking for a turntable. I'll go over to somebody's house, help set it up, and
That's awesome.
Isn't new vinyl burgeoning? I mean, there's a comeback to not old vinyl. I mean, you've got those, but people are putting out new vinyl records.
Yeah, at this point, it's a badge of honor. I think I heard that you can't go on Letterman if you haven't produced an LP, because he's
wants to hold it up.
Really?
Yeah, he's a notorious audiophile, just like Paul Schaefer. I was at a record label's office, and they had a tower of unsold Josh Groban LPs. Mm-hmm. I just thought, what on earth did you make that? And they said to get on Letterman.
Exactly.
Driving and Crying put out some vinyl.
Well, what I find is with bands and stuff, it turns out it's a great thing to have at the merch table because it's big. It's got if you have art and everything, and so you can sell more LPs. Of course, they tuck a CD into the LP as well, so that you have both. But it's a great thing to buy at a show.
I got news for you. Not just a collectible. Listening, I'm starting to get really fed up with my iPod. It sounds like crap compared to. I mean, it's you trade off for convenience,
right?
And it's a wonderful thing.
You have your whole record collection in the palm of your hand. There's something to that.
But every once in a while, I like to listen to music like I'm there, and vinyl affords it much better than these MP3s, which are just cut down versions, right?
Problem is, I'm a dancer and I like to dance, so it skips. The skipping was always a problem as a kid.
I'll get you a better turntable.
I need a better turntable. My dad would always be like, quit dancing and skipping the record.
Lose a little weight, get the right absorbers for the turntable, everything works out.
Got a little out of control.
Eric Levin's your man because he's the turntable.
I want to ask you, how do you feel about that? Because some people think that's crap. Now, the iPod has a limiter. You can only turn it up so far. There's that. The earbuds you put it in. But basically, not MP3, because that's obviously, but CD quality to analog record quality, do you think that the vinyl is better?
Done correctly, yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can have an incredible sounding CD, the gold CDs, the remasters, and a great stereo will sound killer. Also, my stereo sounds killer.
Right.
And
You know, is that I'm not an audiophile. I can't tell the difference really between CD and vinyl, but sometimes you can, and I certainly can tell the difference between MP3s
Oh, yeah.
and vinyl. It's just night and day. I might go back to that. I might get some.
The only problem is, I remember in the 70s, all of my first apartments, half of the living room was albums. Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
love music, and it's the peach crates and everything. It is kind of nice to be able to have them all in the palm of my hand. I enjoy that aspect.
Eric's not really helping your business right
No,
now.
no. But also you guys become like bookstores or places to go.
Right.
It's like a salon, you know. People who love music gather there,
gathering
talk
place.
music, and things like what we're talking about now.
You get some coffee next door.
yeah.
Come back in.
What other ideas? Like, let's say Criminal Records is saved by the people, and it kind of becomes the people's store at that point. How do you adjust, and what plans do you have for the future? Like, what niche items?
Definitely when we get out of trouble and hit our goal, the staff is going to get the store. And I'm going to be a part of it. And whatever Steve Jobs did,
To be chairman of the board.
yeah, whatever.
The
Whatever
overseer.
I have to work less and open my wallet less. I mean, and that's been the problem for the past.
Are you in it by yourself? You're the sole business investor. I mean,
Yeah.
all of it's on you.
It's
So
all
when
on
you're
me.
short, they come to your wallet.
Hey, we all love
You want to hold hands? I know what that
Oh,
feels
that's
like.
so lovely, thank
I'm
you.
right there with you.
We all love hipsters, my friend,
Yeah.
but it's kind of hard to find young entrepreneurial hipsters to take over.
Well, we're not really teaching entrepreneurism.
That's
You know,
right.
I can't really think of any kids that are like, oh man, I can't wait to open up a butcher shop. Or,
You could be the one. You can turn Little Five around. We'll have a bunch of young entrepreneurials soon.
You're in it for as much the love of music and culture as anything else. But let's talk reality a second. If you didn't have Criminal Records and went under, what are you doing for a living? How do you eat?
You know, I don't talk about it much because Criminal Records in Atlanta, that's Criminal Records. That's Shannon and Lillian and everything. I worked nationally. I was one of the founders of Record Store Day, and I run a coalition of other record stores, which today sounds a bit ironic, but
I mean, I know they exist.
yeah, our coalition basically, it's like a club, Alcoholics Anonymous for record store guys. And we've helped each other. Record Store Day has helped record stores all over the world.
Well, what do you sell tomorrow if Criminal Records goes under?
Head shop. Head shop.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
That's actually who's jockeying for the Criminal Records location is
What, Starship or one of those places?
one of those.
Yeah.
Which is, hey man,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
right on.
Yeah,
But,
whatever you do.
Little 5 Points already has 5 or 6 head shops. And,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, but see,
Well,
I think
5 Points
I
is a
think
head shop.
this
I
is
don't know why they.
This is what I see. So you have the record store, you have a head shop area, and then you go through the little the saloon doors, and I'm telling you, the S&M leather stuff sells. That's where you got it. You also get a good wallet down there.
Well, I'll need an expert. Do you?
Well, I can provide one for you.
Excellent.
Eric will run your porn section.
Tim Andrews isn't here right now, but he can help you.
Flashlights galore. All right, Eric Levin, tell people real quickly before we go, how can they help you out if they're so inclined?
Check out Save Criminal Records on Facebook, and all the news will be there. And thank you.
All right, Eric,
Good luck, man.
Eric Levin, thank you so much.
You got a very cool plan.
Yo, what's up?
PRG.
All right, coming up next on the news sprint. If you're not happy with